Namaste children, hope you're all ready for your science class. I had asked you a question during our previous class about the mango leaf that is coated with oil. What will happen? Did you think about it? The oil would hide the stomatal pores and therefore exchange of gases will not take place, because of which the leaf will die. Okay, so that is the answer for that question. Now proceeding with the lesson, you have an activity given in your ebook. Just look into it. The activity talks about the necessity of carbon dioxide for plants to prepare starch. Okay, in that you will find that there are two chemicals that are mentioned. One is potassium hydroxide and another one is iodine solution. What are they used for? Just go through the ebook that was mailed to you. The potassium hydroxide is used for absorbing the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, whereas iodine solution is used to test starch, the presence of starch in the leaf. Children, this is how you write the reaction of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of light and with the help of chlorophyll results in the formation of glucose and oxygen. And the balanced chemical equation is also given here. 6 CO2. CO2 is carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water. They are put together with the help of light energy and chlorophyll. It is C6H12O6 for glucose and oxygen is 6O2. This is the balanced equation, and you should understand that light energy is converted into chemical energy during this process, and chlorophyll is just a catalyst. What is the meaning of catalyst? Catalyst means one which speeds up the reaction. Catalyst is a one which will not undergo any change during the reaction but will speed up the reaction. Next we move on to heterotrophs. I've already told you the meaning of heterotrophs in the previous video. Heterotrophic plants are of 4 types. One is parasitic, the next one is saprophytic, third one is insectivorous, and the last one is symbiotic plant. Okay, now first parasitic plant. Parasitic plants are the one which are partially or completely depend on another plant for their nutrition purpose. The one on which these parasitic plants depend upon are called as a host. Remember children, last year you have learnt about the parasitic root in the root modification. You learnt an example, dodder, that is Cuscuta. That is a parasitic plant. Another example that is given in your book is the mistletoe. Here you should also note that in a parasitic relationship, only the parasitic plant benefits. It even harms the host, okay, by slowing down its growth. Sometimes even it leads to the death of the host plant. The next one is the saprophytic plant. A saprophytic plant is the one which obtains its nutrients from the dead and decaying plant and animal matter. Sapros means rotting and phyton is plant. Now, how do they derive nutrients from the dead and the decayed matter? I again want you to do a recap of what you learnt in last year. You have learnt about decomposers, right? Yes, the decomposers, the fungi. You remember? This fungi is present in the roots of these saprophytic plants, and this fungi helps the nutrients from the dead and the decaying matter to be absorbed by the saprophytic plant, and thus the fungi are called as saprotrophs. Note it down children, the fungi are called saprotrophs. Example for saprophytic plant that is given in your book are Indian pipe and coral root. Now for a question like what are saprophytes, your answer should be like this. A 3-mark question, and even you can add examples, 2 examples as the last point.